Thank you, Mr. Chair. My amendment uses the Holman Rule, which is different from other amendments that have been introduced. This uses the Holman Rule to reduce the salary of Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas to $1, and $1 is too much money. Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas has aided and abetted the complete invasion of our country by deliberately flooding our nation with drugs, terrorists, and illegals from over 160 countries from around the world. The mission of the Department of Homeland Security states, right here, with honor and integrity, we will safeguard the American people, our homeland, and our values. Being that Secretary Mayorkas has direction, authority, and control over the entire department, he has failed in his duties to safeguard the American people and our homeland, and he deserves to be fired and impeached. His job is to protect our homeland and strengthen the national security of our country. Yet his policies, directives, and statements have created a national security crisis and have tragically resulted in the deaths of thousands of Americans each year. Since assuming office, he has allowed approximately 7.5 million illegal encounters at our border, over 250 people on terrorist watch list to be caught crossing our border, and those are the ones we know of, and approximately 1.6 million known gotaways to evade U.S. authorities. Imagine how many we don't even know about. Just this fiscal year alone, Border Patrol arrested over 32,000 illegals with criminal convictions and over 167 MS-13 gang members. Remember, there's 1.6 million that got away. Are these terrorists? Are these gang members? I'm sure they are. And how many of them have criminal records? Secretary Mayorkas has allowed fentanyl, the #1 killer of Americans between the ages of 18 and 45, to overwhelmingly flood into our country and kill around 300 Americans every single day. This fiscal year alone, Border Patrol has seized approximately 24,000 pounds of fentanyl, attempting to be smuggled into the United States. This is enough fentanyl to kill every single American 15 times over, but the fentanyl keeps coming because 300 Americans are dying every single day. His open border policies have allowed unaccompanied children to be exploited, and now over 85,000 of them are unaccounted for. Where are these children? Tens of thousands of other children have been forced into slave labor, and that's according to the New York Times. He provided copious amounts of baby formula to illegal aliens at one of the largest processing centers in the country, while American mothers and infants were intensely suffering from severe shortages and couldn't find baby formula on the grocery store shelves. He flooded hospital maternity units with illegal aliens, so much so that American mothers were turned away and forced to delay inductions. That was in Yuma, Arizona. He canceled border wall construction contracts established under President Trump that would have secured our nation's border and was securing our nation's border, but now the materials lay rusting on the ground. He has repeatedly pulled border agents from actually securing our border and has moved them to processing roles, welcoming committees, leaving huge gaps for the Mexican cartels and drug smugglers to exploit and gain control of our border, and they are controlling our border. He has violated the law by directing DHS to mass parole illegal aliens into the U.S. when federal law specifically prohibits this. He has encouraged asylum fraud, abused the credible fear standard, and exercised mass catch and release policies. He has turned every single state into a border state. Veterans are even being kicked out of their hotel rooms to make room for illegals. He has even caused approximately a 1,700% increase in just one sector of the northern border. He has not only enabled child exploitation, sex and drug trafficking, and fentanyl overdoses, but he has also done everything in his power to put Americans last. Mr. Chair, I reserve.